Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to hop on here real quick and give you a quick update. Me and some buddies went out and had a little fishing derby with each other, and it was tough fishing. Water was really clear, and I mean it was tough fishing. Before it got dark, I mean, we wasn't hardly getting a bite, and I checked with the other guys, and they wasn't hardly getting a bite either. And I tied me on the old ball and chain, the old Carolina rig, and I put on a Texas rig tube, and threw that out there and started dragging that across the bottom, and I started picking up a few fish. They were smaller fish, 12, 14 inches, but I started getting some bites and starting to catch a few fish, and so I knew that they wanted something that was a little smaller and was up off the bottom. Because we had thrown topwater, we had thrown crankbaits, we had thrown jigs, and I did catch a few on a big worm. Couldn't get any bites on a shaky head. They didn't want a shaky head. Did get a few bites on a 10-inch worm with a 3/16 ounce sinker. But when I tied that Carolina rig on and started pulling around, the bites picked up. Excuse me. I had about a 3-foot leader on it, so I knew the bait was up off the bottom a little bit. So anyway, I got in my box and picked out a small craw imitating bait. I can't remember which one it is. Can't remember what it's called, but it's from Z-Man. And it's one of the kind of reminds me of a Zoom speed craw, Ultra Vibe speed craw. It's about that size and kind of has the same pincher, but they float. And I used a light wire hook so it wouldn't put a bunch of weight on it to pull it down. And we caught some really nice fish before it got dark on that Carolina rig using those baits. So just something to think about this time of year. If you can't get them to bite, and they're not biting on the bottom, they're not biting on the top, and you're struggling, don't forget about the old Carolina rig. The Carolina rig still catches fish today. But a lot of people don't throw the Carolina rig much anymore, and so they may not see it near as much. So anyway, after it got dark though, we put the Carolina rig down, got out the old 10-inch worm, and got out the old 10-inch plum worm, and went to work on them with it. I think we ended up with about 13 or 14 pounds of fish. I think it's 14. I think it was like 1487 or something like that. My partner took them up there to the scale and weighed them, and while I was loading the boat, I think he says like 1487. Anyway, it turned out to be a fun night, and we caught several fish. But main thing is just don't count out the Carolina rig. If you're having trouble catching fish, put on something small. Don't put on a big bait, especially if you're in a highly pressured body of water. Put on something small like that tube or that Ultra Vibe size craw type bait. Tie that on a light wire hook. I had it on 15-pound fluorocarbon with a 12-pound fluorocarbon leader, about 3 foot long, and I was using a 3/8 ounce weight, because we was only fishing, 8 to 15 foot deep. Anyway, y'all have a blessed week. And if you like this content, please hit like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys out on the water.